So for everybody who's not familiar, I'm Googling it. They're talking about gas station sandwiches.
Hello and welcome to Achievement Hunting 101, the podcast that is thankful for all of our great listeners and especially our patrons. Joining me tonight, this is level 174. Now joining me tonight is rawkerdude.
Hello, everybody.
And KooshMoose.
A gobble gobble.
Good one.
Gobble gobble. So you'll notice that there's no Big L. He decided to take a little break, so it's just the three of us. Shortened staff. Doubt it's going to be a shorter show. Too many S's right there. So, Corey, you're going to have to sit on this real quick. We got to start with some food talk. Nate, you just said gobble gobble. Have you had a gobbler yet?
No. What is the gobbler? Is that a sandwich?
Yeah, from Wawa.
No, really? So is this like the moist maker?
I don't know what the moist maker is.
You're too young to watch Friends, aren't you?
I don't like Friends. I think it's unfunny.
So for everybody who's not familiar, I'm Googling it. They're talking about gas station sandwiches.
Hey,
Wawa.
Okay, you have just offended
a gas
all
station.
5 listeners from Pennsylvania.
X, back us up here.
You can go fill up your car and go get a hot turkey gobbler that I'm seeing
It is
here.
quite delicious.
This sounds R-rated. Now,
Ooh, that one does look
Wawa.
good. There's
Wawa
different
isn't
kinds.
just, you can't call it a gas station.
Are there gas pumps out front?
Well, I mean, you could say that there's
Yes.
gas adjacent to a Wawa, but you can't call it a gas station. It's not even really a convenience store. It's like a fast food gas and go.
It's
It's
weird.
like a
Not really fast
luxury.
food, though.
It's
Yeah.
weird because
a
I
luxury.
see that they offer delivery.
Yes, they
It's
do.
because the sandwiches are so good.
They really are. Wow,
Just look at their menu. Ways to order, food and beverages, fuel and credit cards. Makes sense.
Do you have a Sheets by you?
Oh my
No.
gosh, I love Sheets.
You don't have a Sheets in Tennessee?
No.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, Sheets was the Wawa
imagine-
before there was a Wawa in Maryland.
We don't
And
have
Wawa just did
7-Elevens either, so I've never even been
Well, that's
inside
fine.
one.
That's fine.
Japan has a 7-Eleven.
Well, not Tennessee. From what I can tell, this is sort of like on par with a gas station here, because it's a gas station called Speedway.
I think we have
I know-
Speedways.
They
I've heard
serve
of
like
Speedway.
pizzas and sandwiches too.
Is it like a quality gas station? Like a luxury
Would you
gas
go
station
out of your
almost?
way
A luxury gas station. I don't know if I've ever been to one of those.
to get a Speedway pizza? Would you go out of your way to get a Speedway chicken strips?
I have got their burgers before, yes.
Okay.
Now,
That doesn't sound like it's on par.
I wouldn't call any gas station luxury because no matter how luxurious it seems inside and how clean the bathrooms are, if I'm there and it is dark outside, I fear for my life.
See, he doesn't have a Sheets or a Wawa, so he just doesn't understand.
Yeah, it sounds like you're getting gas in the Wild West.
I usually get gas at the grocery station at Kroger's. Save 3 cents a gallon. Look, I'm the L for this week.
You suddenly leapfrogged me in age. It's very weird.
I mean, if it helps, we get gas at the BJ's because we get like 10 cents off the gallon or something.
I do it more for convenience than the savings.
Right. I mean, you're going there anyway.
Right.
No, I have not tried the gobbler. Tell me about the gobbler. Is it? Do I
It's
need
Thanksgiving on a sub roll.
to? So do I need to go get this? And like, what Thanksgiving is it? That's my question.
It has like turkey,
Okay.
cranberries.
Yes.
Okay.
Stuffing.
There's several. You gotta mention them all if you're gonna mention it.
Whoa.
There's the gobbler hoagie, which is the original, and it has what you just said. Then there's the one I would get, the gobbler hoagie with mashed potatoes.
That sounds new. I have not had that
Well,
or heard of that.
You're not on their website. They also have sweet potatoes. They have it in a bowl form if you're trying to watch the carbs and you still
Yes,
want all the
that I
mashed
did know.
potatoes.
Maryland logic.
anyone eating at Wawa's is not watching the carbs. That's just
No, not at all. But yes, go to Wawa tomorrow. Get yourself a really good lunch. Like I said, it is Thanksgiving on a sub roll. It is very good. You'll thank me.
Okay. Yes. Oh, I see what you're talking about, Corey. Oh my. Oh my.
And while you're there, fill up your tank.
Yeah, I just convinced myself I know what I'm doing for lunch tomorrow.
Yeah, that's happening.
And then also get some coffee because they have a really good coffee too.
And fill up your tank. Don't forget that.
Wawa, please sponsor us.
That will happen. We'll have to talk about that at some point. I'm sure everyone's riveted, just waiting to hear how Achievement Supply to Wawa.
This podcast sponsored by Wawa Rewards. Check it on your phone app.
All right, that's enough food talk. We had to talk about that, especially being this week being Thanksgiving. What would a Thanksgiving podcast be without some sort of food talk? So let's get into our topic of discussion, and that's what we're going to eat on No, I'm just kidding. It's not. What our topic of discussion is, I'm actually going to kick this to Corey since he's the one that brought it to us, and I'll let him set it up.
All right, so I had a request, not me personally, but there was a request of the podcast to play a game and to talk about it. The game in question is called Undungeon, brand new Game Pass game. When I saw it, I said, I told the person, you have to convince me. And of course, this person's Mental Night, because it's always Mental Night. And so I booted it up, and then about 15 minutes later, I was already moving on to the next game. And it just brought on the internal discussion in my mind. What is the breaking point? Because I do play a lot of new games. I start a lot of games. I have no doubt in my mind that when we get to Game of the Year talk, and I put the stipulation in that it has to be 2021 games, that I will be the one who played the most 2021 games. But going back to Undungeon, it was, and this is a game by all means that should, fit in my wheelhouse. Aesthetically, it's gorgeous. This pixel art is really good. It's an action RPG. Now that maybe falls off a little bit. And probably where it starts to lose me is as soon as you start playing, you are bombarded by a lot of text boxes on, exactly what this does and what that does. And every single thing you try to do or pick up or go to, you're getting a little bit of lore, you're getting instructions on how it works, and it became way too much, way too quickly for me. And I ultimately decided to put it down. And I kind of just have this question in my mind, like, where are our breaking points? And I know it's different for every person. Now, I don't care about completion percentage. I don't care if there's an unobtainable. So if I start a game, it's because I'm curious about the game. I could do little to no research on it beforehand, when I start to play it. Also in the previous week, I officially started Castlevania Symphony of the Night. That got kind of brought up, and I've hit another breaking point with that one, but not in the same sense. Like I played it a little bit, a few hours. I got to a part where I'm just losing like an hour's worth of time. And then I said, I can't do it right now. I have to put it down. It's not one that I put down forever, but it's one that I need a break from it already. Undungeon is one that I'm going to just forget about altogether. And then there's my brand new game that I'm going to talk about in this showcase where I knew nothing about it, started it up, and now I'm somewhat addicted to it. So hearing all that, Fufu, like, do you have a breaking point in the game? Do you do research beforehand? How do you play it for a long time before you just say no more?
So I guess the very first thing is, why am I playing a game? So broadly speaking, to your question, if I'm not having fun with it, or if the graphics is off-putting to me personally, I will put it down relatively quickly. But like, let's say it's a game I need for a specific achievement for a contest, or I just need the gamer score or something like that, I'll, push through it. But let's say I'm picking up a new game, like how you picked Undungeon, it's coming to Game Pass. If I were to pick, let's see, what's coming to Game Pass? Evil Genius 2. It's a game that I have some interest in, and it's coming to Game. Actually, it's released on Game Pass today, I believe. Let's say I start it up and I'm not enjoying it. I'll probably give it about an hour of my time, and if it's just not clicking with me, if I'm not having fun with it, or if the art style or something like that is off-putting, then I'll just drop it. When it comes to games, I usually don't do any research beforehand. I might just go on TA and just take a look at it. So it's like, all right, what does the art style look like? What is the general gameplay? How is the general gameplay? And as long as it's something that I look at, it's like, oh yeah, this might be something I'll like. I'll try it out. But as far as a breaking point, I think it just becomes when I'm not having fun or I'm beating my head against the wall. With limited game time as is, I only want to play the stuff that I want to play, especially now that we're at that time of year where there's just too many games out. There's too many things pulling for my time as is that I don't have time for. And, Halo's coming out. I feel like there was like at least one other game that's coming out here shortly that I'm going to want to try. So as soon as I go, I'm done with this, I'm okay with where I'm at, that's when I quit and move on to the next thing.
You bring up a good question about the why, because that does play a part in it. Most people, I understand, they play a game for a certain reason, that they want to play it.
Right.
I want to try everything, so I will put it on the tag regardless. But there's also a part of me that, I do reviews for this podcast or another Xbox site, and I'm obligated to play, at least in my mind, I'm obligated to give that game its due diligence. Now, if I was reviewing Undungeon, I would, of course, put actual effort and time into it, but
you got to give it a fair shake.
Yeah, but since, this was just a for fun thing, and I had expectations of that I was going to like it, it just quickly put me in my place and said, nope, this is not the type of game that you usually play, and it's going to take a very large amount of effort to get to sink your hooks into you. So it's that is a good question and something that is to be considered.
I think the expectation thing is also something that is a good point, where if I start a game, I want it to be whatever it is I'm expecting. If all of a sudden it's completely something else, I'm much less likely to go back to it. A good example of this, our Thursday night group of me, Elle, Michelle, and Prue, we've been playing Back 4 Blood. Now, if you listen to this at any point, I was super hyped for Back 4 Blood because it more or less looked like Left 4 Dead 3. That was my expectations. Get in, shoot zombies, try not to get eaten. Well, I didn't play the beta. I really didn't do a lot of research on the game. And it turns out there's this card system, and it's roguelike-ish, and it's almost like an RPG, and it has all these different systems to it, and none of us are really, having fun with the game. We actually are kind of stopping playing the game until they release the baby mode, just because it's not what we wanted. And we've played this 4 or 5 Thursday nights now, so we're actually 8 to 10 hours into it, and we're just like, yeah, we're done. That's been our breaking point. TA says I have 6 hours into Back 4 Blood, and that's been my breaking point. And quite honestly, the only reason why I got this far is because I have friends playing with me. If I was by myself, I would have put this down 45 minutes ish into it.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I kind of struggle with, because I since I'm willing to play anything, with my Friday night group, I always want to pick something brand new and fun, and it's not always the case that it's exactly fun, and you really don't look forward to those sessions, but
Right.
at least in some cases, I'll push through for them because I made them start the game, or I was, a pushing force of starting that game. But yeah, sometimes you just, I think at some point it's better for mental health if you just play something you would enjoy versus something that is beating you and you're barely making it through each time you play it. But what about you, Koosh? I am curious about you because you actually play a lot of new stuff too, like me.
Yeah, thanks for asking. My thoughts on it are initially, why am I playing this? Because the majority of what I play is stuff I want to play. But I'm kind of in the same boat as you, where I don't do as many reviews as you, but I do some reviews. So, and most times those reviews are ones that I go out and I seek. So I've already done the research or initial research to know that this is something that I have a good chance of really liking or kind of liking. But then some of them sometimes aren't great. Like a game that I just acquired and need to actually stream. I'm probably not going to like it. I'm probably not going to have great things to say about it, and that's The Legend of Icaro. I will be streaming that very shortly, probably this holiday weekend, to get that obligation out of the way. And that's the sort of thing where myself playing the game, I was done in 5 minutes. Like 5 minutes of playing this game, and I said, okay, I am ready to say that this was not for me. Like, it's not something I want to continue playing. If I can't jump with the A button, like, that's a big strike. And this game does not let you do that. But since I have to review it, I'm going to be playing it at least for an hour. And maybe that will be the breaking point of, hey, this is actually an okay game. Or, hey, this game is worth it to me to remap a controller setting for this one so that I can jump with A and do actions with Y or whatever. Like, maybe I'll find that out. But let's say the majority of the stuff I play is stuff I want to play. I do a lot of research. Because I like video games. I like to look at video games. I like to see what's new. I like the shiny. I know Corey does this too. I know Mattism, he and I used to stay up late after gaming sessions. We'd stay up an extra half hour later just talking to each other about what was in the store. Be like flipping through stuff and be like, oh, did you check that out? I'm like, oh, this one kind of looks good. I hope this is going to be good. And what do you think about the sales on this? So we'd just be talking about games all the time, just doing the research there. Another thing that affects how quickly I bounce off of something is, okay, am I going to bounce off this and I'm going to come back, or am I going to bounce off it and I'm done with it? I bounce off of so much stuff because I like shiny that things get buried. And I always have these intentions of, well, maybe I'll play that. You know, it's very rare that I say, well, okay, I'm done with the game, even though I'm not done with the game. I don't want to play it again. One of the things that I'll think about while I'm playing it is like, is this worth my time now? Will this be patched? Will this be made better in the future? Halo, I'm looking at you. I hear a lot of people are frustrated with the multiplayer and the missions and the challenges and all that stuff. Is it worth my time now? Well, yeah, because they've got that super cool samurai armor that I want. So
It really is badass.
So I will put some time in to maybe earn at least the base samurai armor, because that's pretty badass. And then there's like Forza Horizon 5. Are these arcade things worth it right now? Because the arcade system's busted. Like, no, it's not worth my time right now. I'm going to wait till that thing stabilizes, till they get it good. And I'll come back in, we'll get a group together, and we'll just knock out all the arcades. You know, GTA Trilogy. That thing was a hot mess. And it's getting less hot. They're fixing it. They're fixing some things about it. Like they fixed the performance issues when it's raining. So, you know, I can come back to that game, you know. It's on Game Pass. I'll come back to it. Maybe I'll play that, and then maybe we'll get the other ones later at some other point, or maybe I'll just pick it up on sale like a year from now when it's super cheap. And hopefully by then, they've done all the patching. So what is my breaking point? It really depends on, is this something I picked or something I have to do? There are other couple games that I've been ready to bounce off of. I was looking to see. Like right now, I am playing... I wish that I was doing this for a review. I am playing Smurfs The
Vile
Vile
AF.
I'm playing that.
Wow.
I wish I didn't pay for that game because
And you paid for it.
I paid for it, but I paid cheap price for it. But I like it, but I would rather be doing this for a review. But I'm to the point now where I'm kind of like, well, I need to decide if I'm going to bounce off of this or not, because the rest of the game is just clean up. And is that a game I want to do right now? Especially if the game doesn't give me good tools for cleaning up. Like, that's another thing that affects, how much longer am I going to stick with this thing? And I guess another factor is, do I have to spend time reading a walkthrough to do this? If that's all that's left in the game, I don't want to do a color by numbers video game. I want to go do something that I can play and not read how to play. So that's kind of how I feel about that. I know that's long and not an exact answer, but it's a complicated question. It's a very, how am I going to decide how to spend my time? And
it's very situational. It's very situational.
Exactly.
So,
in a
with that
nutshell.
said, sorry I didn't really play Undungeon Mental Night, but thanks for providing the opportunity for this wonderful question. So
Yeah.
I think Undungeon looks cool.
it looks cool, and I'm not saying it's a bad game, but it's definitely not for me.
Okay.
Which is funny because as you were talking about, I was looking at like the screenshots and the TA page and whatnot, and this looks like something that it would be something that you would enjoy.
I'm telling you, they threw away,
Especially
they
with
threw
the art
so
style.
much literature at me. I couldn't deal.
Another thing I wanted to
deal.
bring up was Kenny was talking about bouncing off of something because it wasn't what you expected. Like Back for Blood. For my group, for my Sunday night group, that's Dying Light. I think that's Dying Light. It's one of these zombie games, so it's with Freem. And we were trying to play this thing, and the networking code was just so bad that we were just like, forget it. We tried for an hour. We wasted half a gaming night on this game, and the networking was just so bad we could not get in the same session. We were just like, screw it. And so that was an easy bounce. So if it's got technical issues, and this game's been out for 2015, we're done.
That sounds like a lot of games or a lot of different boosting sessions, especially with that new game, The Ascent, where it just has all kinds of co-op problems online.
That one's better now, though, right?
I don't know.
We were playing Ascent, and that is officially on the back burner. Kronos lost his character. He doesn't know it. It just disappeared.
He was the host, right?
Ooh.
No, I was the host.
You were the host. Okay.
I was the host. 3 out of 4 of us are fine. We did have a night, and then we hit a boss that was just tough. And then throughout the week sometime or the next session, his character was gone. And so that's a game where it's really weird how your character profiles work when you're doing an online portion. Yeah. Anyways, that's one that's messy. Even despite being fixed.
And something else, what you were saying, Nate, doing the cleanup, when are you actually in your mind done with the game as far as the achievements? A little bit foreshadowing for me, but Jurassic Park Evolution, I love this game. I've put a ton of time into it, but in my mind, I'm done trying to get all the achievements because what's left is time trial stuff or things that it's just going to take a lot of time to get, and it's just do I actually want to keep going and playing the same game over and over and over to get the last couple of achievements, or just move on to get to the next thing? Well, I'd rather just move on and go to the next experience, since I, like Corey, I'm not a completionist.
Yeah, and that's where I feel bad for completionists, because sometimes the extra achievements will kill your experience.
Yeah. And it's a shame that they won't experience some games because of that. Right?
That too.
Yeah. I mean, how many times do we mention a game and say, hey, if you're a completionist, don't touch this game because it's a terrible grind to complete it. All right. But, good topic of discussion. Thanks, Mental Knife, for giving Corey a crappy game. I mean, a game that he doesn't like.
Let us know your game-breaking... oh, gosh, I've been drinking. Let us know your breaking points in games.
He's off all week.
It's Core Loco. Corey Loco.
Crack them if you got them. Or whatever it is the saying is. I don't know. Knopf's not here. I don't know how this White Claw crap works.
I'm drinking something harder than that. Anyways, moving on.
All right, moving on. Let's get into the game showcase. We'll just go right down in order here. I'll go first. Game I have been playing is Jurassic World Evolution 2. Now, I just imagine both of you are just going to space out as I talk about this game.
I did go on mute. I came back off to say that.
Yeah, I'm definitely not playing the game right now.
Yeah, I know. This is definitely more of a Kenny game than, well, probably most of the Discord. But Jurassic World Evolution 2, my favorite movie is Jurassic Park. I've absolutely adored Jurassic World Evolution 1. And if you don't actually know, the Jurassic World Evolution games are kind of spiritual successors of old PC, PlayStation 2, and OG Xbox game called Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, which essentially this is just Zoo Tycoon, but with dinosaurs in the Jurassic World universe. If you played the first one, this is very much in the same thing, but it's gone into detail a little bit more, and there's more management type stuff, which for someone like me, I very much enjoy. If you're more of a casual fan of the simulation management, maybe you just enjoy the first one a little bit more. And if this is something that you want to try out, Jurassic World Evolution is in Game Pass. Some of the new improvements that they've added to the game is they have gone a little bit more into detail with how you feed your dinosaurs, for instance. Like in the first one, if you had an herbivore, you just had to put an herbivore feeder, and it would randomly just dispense food, like bales of hay or whatever it was, to feed them. If they were a carnivore, it would randomly dispatch a goat or something like that to feed the dinosaurs. Whereas in this one, the foliage that you add around the exhibits, you can make them to be different plants. And like this dinosaur may need a plant that gives fiber. This one might need one that gives fruit or nuts or something like that. So instead of having to add foliage, because all dinosaurs need some sort of terrain and foliage and water and stuff like that to be happy, now the herbivores can actually eat the plants that you add in to make for the scenery, which is a cool little detail. It's something I've always thought about.
Wait,
something
herbivores never ate the grass, the vegetation before?
No. I always thought that. Zoo Tycoon, Operation Genesis, and the first Evolution, they've always done this to where you need, in order to make like I said, in order to make the dinosaur happy, you had to have some sort of trees or bushes or something like that. But the herbivores never ate the trees or bushes. You always needed a feeder.
That's weird.
Well, now in this, they'll actually eat the foliage, so you don't have to like worry about adding a feeder, which is a nice touch. Like, I don't know why games haven't done this sooner. At least not to my knowledge, any that I've played. The other neat aspect to this game that wasn't in the first one is now they have like flying dinosaurs and marine dinosaurs, which adds a nice layer to the game, adds more dinosaurs and whatnot to the game. It just makes it more. It just makes it a little bit more fun, a little bit more in depth, I guess you can say, if you enjoy these types of games. If you enjoy dinosaurs, like I'm a big dinosaur fan. I listen to paleontology podcasts and stuff like that. So anything that gives me more dinos, I enjoy. That's why I bought like the DLC for the first one.
So who's your favorite Dinobot?
My favorite Dinobot?
Don't let me down.
Say T-Rexazoid.
Oh my gosh, you don't know? Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I interrupted.
1 and 3 this week.
I interrupted.
Now I'm
with
looking at you.
huge
What are you talking about?
Autobots. The Dinobots. They're the Autobots.
I don't remember that.
Are you talking about the Beast Wars?
No,
No.
I'm talking about the good stuff, not that crappy Beast Wars. Sorry, I sidetracked you. Go ahead. And you disappointed. You broke my heart, Kenny.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Send it to me in Discord. I'll probably realize it when I see a picture.
Beast Wars toys were off the chain.
No,
Thank you.
I am not talking about Beast Wars.
Beast Wars was good. That used to be on Netflix.
Anyways, you're very topical because they released the prologue to the new Jurassic World today. Have you seen it?
I have not.
It's gonna be good. Anyways, so yeah, this is the second. I don't know. I guess you'd call it tycoon management type.
Yeah, it's Zoo Tycoon with dinosaurs.
Is there?
I mean, quite honestly, that's about it. All it is. If you like the first one, you'll like this one. I'm sure.
Now, what makes it stand out from a roller coaster tycoon? Do you just need to love dinosaurs to really be in it?
Do you like Zoo Tycoon?
I don't think I've ever played Zoo Tycoon.
Okay, that doesn't help.
I mean, does it have the Jurassic Park music? Because that's a big nostalgia factor, right?
It absolutely is. I hear that theme song, I get goosebumps.
I like Jeff Goldblum. Is he in it?
Yes, he is a voice in there.
That's awesome.
They have him, but none of the other cast. Instead, they have
that's even better.
Horrible voice actors that represent them.
It has Newman and Jeff Goldblum, and I'm in. You've piqued my interest. I'm actually somewhat considering watching a video.
If you enjoy management games, this is clearly different than a roller coaster tycoon because you're not doing a theme park, you're doing a zoo. If you played Zoo Tycoon and you enjoy that game and you like dinosaurs, try playing this because it's basically the same thing. I love dinosaurs. When I create a Tyrannosaurus or a whatever and it comes walking out, I get filled with all kinds of good emotions. It's nostalgia is bubbling up. It's kid at a candy shop. The animations in this is really, really good. It's top notch. I mean, it's Frontier Games, the people that do all the other really good management games. So
they know what they're doing.
The pedigree is there.
I guess last question. You're playing this on Xbox. I actually watched somebody play it a little bit yesterday on PC. It just seems like it would be so much better on a PC and keyboard and mouse.
I mean, probably. All management games are better with a keyboard and mouse, but they do a really good job mapping this to a controller. You would have no problems playing this with a controller, and that's what I play with. And I don't mind it. I don't think it lessens the experience at all. Yeah, Jurassic World Evolution 2. It's easy to put on your tag, so if somehow this comes to Game Pass or you can game share with someone, you might want to watch out for it if you're a completionist. Because it's probably not the easiest completion in the world. Actually, I can tell you right now, it's not an easy completion.
Is it not easy or is it just not quick? Or both?
Both.
Okay. What makes it hard?
So there's different challenge. There's a challenge mode where I haven't dived into a challenge mode, but knowing these types of games, it's create this park under these conditions or under these difficult conditions in this amount of time. Well, you have to do it in Jurassic difficulty or the highest difficulty. So it's, the dinosaurs are more likely to break out. You have less money to start with. There's more storms and stuff like that, which break your island or tornadoes or whatever. So it just makes it that much more difficult.
Gotcha.
And those things in the first one, I don't bother with. I don't feel like trying to do it. It actually is difficult to do. It's doable, but it's difficult. So this is more like it.
Doable, but difficult, as long as it's fun.
Exactly. But let's get into the next one. Nate.
Okay, yes. The game I would like to talk about is perfectly situated between Halloween and Thanksgiving. Because this is the pumpkin holiday. And the game that I played and ready to talk about is Pumpkin Jack. Now, I know we were looking forward to this. I know, Corey, you and I were desperately trying to get review copies of this game back when it first came out, which is 2020. And
Yes.
just never happened.
This is interesting.
I like the publisher. So
Yeah. The publisher is Head Up Games, and we just didn't score one of these. So I finally found a good deal on it, and I went and got it, and I started to play it, because I figured, hey, this is a great time. I think I started playing, say, after Halloween, not before Halloween, and well, sad to say, it's not as good as I was hoping, and maybe I had built this up too much.
Aw.
This game really seems like it was primarily the life's work of one person, Nicholas Maisonier, murdering his last name, I am sure. He, I think, cut his teeth in game design and game development, and he spent like 5 years on this game, I think. I was watching the credits as I beat the game, and it has like little pictures of like the prototypes and the states of the game as things were going on. Sometimes there were pictures of him at developer conferences where he was talking about pathing or boss fights or something like that, just stuff that he was going through. So this game took a long time to build because of the size of the team. Now, with that in mind, it's pretty good. For such a small team, it harkens back to the days of like the beat 'em up platformers. So things like oh gosh, I am totally blanking on the names of these games.
This reminds me of a PlayStation 1.
Medieval.
Medieval.
Yes.
Thank you. I was thinking Medieval,
Yes,
and
that's it.
I was thinking like the Ghouls and Goblins remake that was like a 3D beat 'em up. It reminds me of that. It very much brings back those kind of feelings. The game has some problems, but it also is a little bit fun, and I think probably because it's playing on that nostalgia factor. Like that's probably why I enjoy it.
Oh,
If you
definitely.
didn't have that nostalgia for that type of game, and you didn't have a type of history with that type of game, this may be a completely different experience for you. But for me, it was very much like playing those old games. The levels are so linear. You think there's a branching path maybe, but really no, it's just a bigger level. You just have to explore that corner and then come back. There's really only one way through the levels. I want to say there are 6 of them, something like that. They do have different locations, so there is some variety. The combat is not great. The weapons are not great. Like you start off with a shovel, you get the next weapon, you quickly stop using the shovel. You get this next weapon, you quickly just stop using your previous weapon, because at the end of every level you get another weapon that's better than the one before it, except for the shotgun. You get a shotgun, and that's just like, well, this is pointless. You have a crow companion that you can use as a projectile to hit things that are far away. Sometimes that is to knock open a door, or to do a very weak attack against a ranged enemy, that sort of thing. And it can kind of help with your attacks. The fighting is not really inspired. You just go, you hit things like 3 times and then they die. The way they ramp up difficulty in combat, every now and then you'll get to an area of the level that's like an arena battle, and you just have to beat like 20 enemies or something. And the way they make that difficult is they just spawn more enemies behind you, some that shoot, some that just spin. And the combat's just not, it just doesn't feel great, which is kind of unfortunate. I wish the game was better, but I still had, at the end of the day, I still kind of felt okay with the game. I didn't feel like my time was wasted until I got to the next to last level. Actually, was that the last level? It might have been the last level. And I fell off a ledge. And then there was a quick save point that was made when I was in the middle of the air. So every time I came back in, I would spawn in the middle of the air over top of a chasm. So it would just like spawn, die, spawn, die, spawn, die. And like I then thought, okay, well, maybe I can do a double jump. Sure enough, I could do a double jump. But I was so far out at where they decided to spawn me that I could not get back to the side of the thing. So I ended up having to quit the level, figure out. I actually circled back around at that point and said, you know what? I'm just going to get the collectibles that I've missed. So I went back and I started playing through. I was like, because I don't, I've kind of lost my progress on this level. Maybe if I go check out these other levels, my progress will be reset and I can start this level from the beginning. That was not the case. But I did learn that if I collect a collectible and make it to a checkpoint, I can then quit that level and everything's saved. So I get the 100% achievement just by making sure I've picked up something, hit a checkpoint, and then you might even not have to hit a checkpoint because the achievements do pop as soon as you grab the collectible. So maybe it does save state at that point. I then went back and tried that last level thinking that it would start me over from the very beginning of the level. Nope. It spawned me in the air and then I died. So luckily there is an option in each level that says restart level. I didn't see it right away. It wasn't very evident. But I was able to reset that level, play it over from the beginning. And because I'd been very careful my first time through and I had gotten all the collectibles up until that point, I just blew through the level. I skipped fights. I did whatever. And so it was much easier to get through at that point. The music's kind of cool. Like I said, the graphics are pretty impressive for, one team. It's not a bad looking game. But yeah, it was just kind of disappointing. Every now and then there are sections, that you have to go through that are chases. And sometimes those chases are okay, but most times they're a little frustrating because the controls aren't great and you're kind of bumping into walls. But luckily you have enough health. It ends up not being that bad. It's just like, well, if this wasn't good, why did you spend your time on it? And like, why'd you make me do it? I would much just rather you spent more time on the combat and make it so that the combat's rewarding. But so, yeah, I wish I could say great things about this game, but I feel like I'm coming out really negative on it.
I think part of the negativity is that it's like $30.
Yes,
it might not live up to that.
Yeah, this is not worth $30. Yeah,
which I know it just got like a next gen upgrade, and that's what you played on, right?
Yeah. I played this I just completed this game like last week, so I'm definitely playing it on a next gen console with the next gen upgrade, and it like I said, it looks okay and it plays okay in some places, but just the design of it, the combat is not great. And yeah, for $30, I don't know. It seems way too expensive. I would love to recommend this game at $5. At $5, this game is fun.
Jeez.
At $10, it's like, okay, well, I paid a little more than I probably should have. That was a nostalgia buy. But buying it at $30 makes no sense. I don't get that at all. So
that's crazy you say that.
Yeah.
Because I'm watching clips for this. This actually looks really, really good.
Yeah. I mean, if you watch some videos, the shine kind of wore off as I was playing it.
How long did you spend in it? Or how long did you take to complete it at least?
So with restarts and with all that stuff, and I think I ended up following a guide at the very end to see if I had missed some collectibles because I just didn't want to play this any more than I had to. So I think I was missing at the most like 3 collectibles on one level, and that was the very first level before I realized what the collectibles were, how sneakily they were going to be hidden in some cases. I ended up spending just under 10 hours. And that was having to do one level completely over again from scratch.
Clearly not a breaking point.
No, not a breaking point. I made it through. I wanted to finish it, and it was definitely finishable. And it wasn't that grindy. Like, that's the nice thing is like when you're done, there are really great videos in the solutions that show you where every collectible is. And it's the kind of thing where it like skips ahead. So it's like collectible, skip ahead, collectible, skip ahead. So it was very easy to follow. Those videos were like 5 minutes per level. So yeah, I wish I could say more. I wish I could recommend this because it would be it's very, very appropriate for Halloween, that theme. And it's very Halloweeny. So
yeah, it is. Yeah,
Pumpkin Jack, but I wish I could say better things about it.
It's also newly completable, I think.
Yes. Yeah. So that was another thing that affected my decision to go play it, was that the developer changed something and Vudix said, hey, this thing is completable now. Can someone go try it? And I was like, well, I just bought it. I should go with the intention to play it. This is a great reason to start. So then I started at that point. But but I was taking too long to get through it to confirm that it was beatable or completable. Because I wasn't at any point where I was just missing that thing. No, I had to start from the beginning to test it. But yeah,
right.
Real shame. And TA's rating doesn't seem like it reflects your review because they got a 3.91.
They gave it a 3.91. I don't know why. I gave it a 2.5.
They're drunk.
Yeah, I don't
No,
know.
you're drunk.
How many people rated it though? That's the thing, right? Why can't I see that right now?
I never rate games.
57 votes.
Yeah, you have to mouse over it. That's what it is. It's a hover. So yeah, 57 votes. So a 3.91. Interesting.
Yeah, this looks like it's something that I may enjoy.
Yeah, you got to wait for
Definitely not
sale.
for $30.
You have got to
Definitely
wait
not
for
for
sale on
30.
this. You will be sorely mad.
You need
I am
like
mad in a price tracker to
75%
this.
off.
Yeah. You need a deep discount to make this one feel right. So
I wonder how much it is in Argentina.
I could have told you that like 2 weeks ago, but that information is flown out of my brain.
Classified.
Yep.
Well, that was Pumpkin Jack. Continue on. Corey, what game do you want to bring?
Well, I can tell you the price of this game. It's free $99 because it is in Game Pass.
Heck yeah.
So the game I'm talking about is called Next Space Rebels. It was a pleasant surprise to find on my PC. It's on Xbox as well, but I am playing it on PC. I think it probably works best with a mouse. But yeah, anyways, the game has you build rockets for your StarTube channel, which is basically YouTube. It's like a YouTube simulator where you can make videos of the rockets you build. After you publish your video, you will get comments from those videos, and then you'll get messages, you get DMs, and you have to use these DMs as methods to get challenges, which by completing challenges, you get the ability to make more complex rockets. So as you add things to your blueprint, it adds to the complexity. Also, responding to the messages, you not only get challenges from people, they also give you stuff to make rockets. So it's very, very clear that you're communicating with a kid at one point, and he's like, take this baby doll and send it to space or whatever. And you do that, and he says, oh, that was so awesome. And then you get another DM from another kid that says, I hate you, because it was her doll. He sent his sister's doll. And anyways, sometimes like the dialogue between that you are forced to use is very cringy, and they know that it's a kid, but they go with it and it's whatever. Anyways, it sounds like a very basic game where you just build a rocket and send it up, but it very quickly gets complicated. Some of these challenges have you going to certain heights, but not exceeding other heights. Sometimes you have to blow up fireworks, and you have to trigger them in certain order and at certain heights. There is a story. As crazy as this sounds,
how is there a story?
There is a story to this game, and you can indeed get kicked off the video platform that you're on.
What?
There's factions in the game that you have to, that you side with, like Team Scrap or Team Wood, because Team Wood
if you're all day, baby.
If you're for the environment, you need to be Team Scrap. You don't want to harvest the earth. Anyways, the game has become crazy addictive for me. It's very chill to, like, you all know by now, I am a multitasker, self-prescribed ADHD. I got to have something going on while I'm doing something else. And this game perfectly caters to that, because I can be watching a show, be building a rocket, and I'm trying to meet the parameters of the challenge, and I'll build it and I'll shoot it off. And if I'm going too far up, I just need to like switch out parts to make it a little bit more heavy to meet those requirements and things like that. So I'm switching out little bitty parts. I'm moving things over to shift the center mass of the rocket. I don't know. I love this game. It's very
This looks great.
interesting. It's very interesting. It's not a me game, okay?
No.
But it has become a me game because it how fun it is.
I think Corey's secretly a simulation fan,
but
he just won't admit it.
They keep coming at me in weird ways, like lawn mowing simulators, about to get some DLC that I'm looking at. You got that's rocket building. People have been like comparing this to Kerbal Space Program, maybe. Never played that.
Yep.
I don't like. It's not really like the rocket part that gets me, although that's the part that you're in the most and in building. I definitely don't think I'm smart enough to do a lot of these rockets, but they are fun to mess with and just use these different parts. Like there is strategy behind it because when you upload your video, you have to put tags on the video. Like, I don't know.
That's amazing.
I can't even think like you have to, they give you tags. Like if you put certain combinations onto a rocket, you'll get tags and you get to pick certain ones and that will determine how many views you get and then how many subs you get. Once you get so many subs, you get monetized. There's a shop in the game to buy more parts, things like that. You get warnings on the platform before you get kicked off. I made one that was in a phallic shape and I used the tag and yeah, got a warning for that one. And yeah, so I don't know. Now I'm a space rebel. I'm off the platform. I'm on this other one and it's very, I don't know, it's just so interesting, the story that they have presented me. Way more exciting than Undungeon, unfortunately. But
I love everything about what I'm watching right now.
I don't know. It's really cool. And it's got TAD out the butt. And it's probably going to be really hard to complete. But then again, I'm having a lot of fun with it. So yeah, that's called Next Space Rebels. And it just came to Game Pass. It's on Game Pass for PC as well. It's different, man. It's different.
This just looks like another dumb, fun game.
Like you think it's all about the rockets, but this story that they like throw at you is like, I don't know. They're like, this YouTube impersonator is like the devil, and we've made our own organization. Come join us. And I don't know. It's definitely, it's getting to the more advanced in-game type stuff that I'm at right now, because before I just had to put like a little, what they call a booster at the bottom of the rocket and it just shoots you up. Now I'm considering fuel tanks and oxygen and converting them and then putting them into a jet engine in order to send my stuff up. It's getting pretty crazy. Some of the challenges, which I have not done, require you to hit targets. That just is a little bit like you got to get pretty crazy with your build because you have to be able to curve it. And I think ultimately they want to put a satellite in space. I haven't got there yet, but that's the thing you do.
So you know how I was just saying that like there's a lot of games coming out and I don't got a lot of time? And now here's another game from Game Pass that I'm going to be downloading because this looks great.
Exactly. I've wasted probably 6 to 8 hours in it, and I already have other long games on my plate. I got San Andreas. I have Forza 5. Halo's out.
What is your take on Whale's interactive games?
Whale, don't they make dumb games?
Well, they're like Late Shift.
So FMV games?
Yeah, the Complex, Late Shift, those sorts of things.
I mean, I'm looking at them now. I don't care for them as much. I've only played apparently 3 Whales interactive games. One was a dive on Coffin Dodgers. I tried Late Shift. That was interesting until a point. I guess I don't like having to go back to see the other endings. Although I guess that's where the meat is.
Right.
And then I played the
like
Naked
Late
Space.
Shift.
game, Infinity Runner, which is totally different.
It's just like the storytelling that you're describing to me sounds like what you would see in like a Late Shift or a what's the other one they did that really had me thinking that?
I guess part of it was like I thought I was on a certain path, and then something happened, and I thought I was going to have to restart the game, and I clicked around a bit, and then something else happened, and I'm like, okay, the game's not over whatsoever. I think at that point, actually, a little splash screen set up and said Chapter 3. I'm like, oh gosh, what? That was scripted? I didn't even know.
Which is wild because you look at this game and you go, oh, it's just a sandbox. You just build and launch.
Oh no, there is strategy to this
that
game. A little bit.
3 years.
I only bring it up because like it came out of nowhere. I was not. This was when I was expecting to last 30 minutes, maybe an hour, and here I am 8 hours later, just having a good old time. It's next Space Rebels building rockets out of toilet paper rolls and whatever else I could find.
All right. Yeah. Check it out. Next Space Rebels. Well, for that, we were talking about needing Pumpkin Jack on a sale, so let's get on to sales. Corey, what you got for us this week?
All right. So I know we have a normal weekly sale. We also have a very large Black Friday sale. I tried, like I looked at stuff and I'm not really ending up buying anything, but I found something that has not gone on sale before, and it, just a spoiler alert, it is in my running for Game of the Year 2021, and that's Kaze, Kaze, however you want to say that.
I thought it was Kaze.
I'm going to say Kaze in the Wild Masks. It's $15, normally $30. Some of you may be saying that's pricey still. But man, this is a top tier platformer. If you want to harken back to the Donkey Kong Country days, this is 2D side-scrolling platforming, and it is so good. It is a confined number of levels that you need to do. The completion is not only what's the word I'm looking for? Like it's achievable plus satisfying. It's doable plus satisfying. I cannot recommend this enough, especially at $15. If you are a platformer fan, you definitely should check out Kaze and the Wild Masks. It's so good.
I remember you loving this game a while back.
I loved it. I got first completion, #humble brag. And it's so good. It's like a platformer in this sense should not really be Game of the Year, but it's a nominee for sure for me.
It's got pretty artwork too.
It's that beautiful pixel artwork again. I love it.
Not my thing, but I can see why you two would love that game.
I think even you would like this game.
Has it.
Even you, Kenny.
Even you.
Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if I would like this game. It's just there's too many things calling for my attention. So,
well, that's the good part about this game. It's like, I don't know, if I recall correctly, which I'm probably not, 8 to 10 hours. It's not a terribly long game, and that requires you not only to get everything in the game, which I think is a good achievement. It then requires you to do it fast, which after you've done 100%, there's a lot of leeway time that you get. So it's a very good list and a very good game.
According to TA, it took you 0 minutes. So
first place completions are really good.
It's that good.
All right. Well, what game are you bringing, Nate, to the sales?
Yeah, I'm bringing a game that I haven't played yet, but I am interested in this, and that's Hindsight 2020: Wrath of the Rakshasa. I guess.
Gesundheit.
probably murdering it. This is a hack and slash game. There is no time estimate. There are 37 starts and 0 finishes. And
it's a new game.
It looks like one person is kind of at the head of the pack, and he's still got 3 achievements left. Relatively new, September 9th. So, I don't know. Check it out. I mean, it does look like a fun hack and slash 3D type game that I enjoy. So maybe that speaks to other people as well. Hindsight 2020. Wrath of the Rakshasa. So you get your money's worth in the title alone.
It doesn't look bad. I'll give
Did I
it
say
that.
the price? $7.49 down from $15. I don't think I said the price. So at $7.49, I'm tempted.
It kind of reminds me of like an old PlayStation 1 game.
Well, okay. Kenny, come on now. It doesn't look like a PlayStation 1 game.
I don't mean that in a bad way. It kind of has like actually I shouldn't say PlayStation 1. Maybe like a PlayStation 2, like a Jack and Dexter movement kind of look to it.
It's not super high poly, but it's definitely got more polygons than the PlayStation 1.
Yeah, and I don't mean that in a bad way.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to spend money, Games of Gold available right now is Kingdom 2 Crowns, which is available until December 15th. And then also it is Lego Batman 2, which is available till the end of the month. And we may have gotten a leak on the games that are coming in December.
I think it was official.
We did get a leak, which forced.
Oh, it was official.
Which forced Larry's hand.
Yeah.
He had to tweet about it. So this is official.
I did not see that it was official. I only saw that it was a leak. Well, the 4 games that will be coming is The Escapist 2, December 1st to 31st, Tropico 5, December 16th to January 15th.
Orcs Must Die.
Orcs Must Die, December 1st to December 15th. And then also on the 360 side is
Insanely Twisted. Shadow Planet.
It's a little hard to read that, yeah. Now,
We can write it down for you.
Do you know
Sorry.
what type of game, what genre Orcs Must Die is?
Not a Vayner.
Not a Vayner.
Hack and Slash?
It's tower defense.
Is it?
It is.
This is a
I
month for
totally-
this podcast.
Ish.
Because you would probably like Tropico 5 as well, Kenny.
Yes. I would like Tropico 5. If Orcs Must Die is a tower defense, I'll probably like that. And I know nothing about the Insanely Twisted Shadow Planet.
That's a Vayner.
It's a Vayner.
Okay, well, that's something for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Looks like a decent month is coming at least. At least for me, that's 4 games I don't own, so.
I'm somewhat excited about The Escapist 2, which is apparently a simulation game, so butter me Kenny at this point.
Butter me, Kenny. You got it.
Oh, please make that a soundbite. Make that soundbite. Just give that to the
We have the
patrons for
technology.
early access. All right. And then Game Pass news
Ooh.
out. You excited for this, Corey?
I'm excited for some Game Pass, yeah. So much so that I've already played some and I talked about it already.
So Deer Simulator is your average everyday deer game, is out on the cloud console and PC, and so is Mortal Shell Enhanced Edition. And then coming to 30th is Evil Genius 2, World Domination.
Excited for all 3.
Yeah, I think Mortal Shell is kind of a Souls-like, right?
I don't know.
That's what
all
I
I know is people like it.
Yeah.
I remember looking it up and going, that looks cool. But I don't remember
It definitely,
anything else about
definitely
that.
looks pretty, but I'm pretty sure the gameplay is more Souls-like. So
Yeah, this looks Souls-like.
Why is that
So-
all that's in the added section? Because there's definitely more coming.
there's definitely more coming.
Did we talk about these last week? We probably did.
Yes, we have talked about these.
Okay, then never
briefly,
mind.
I think we just ran over the names, I believe.
Yeah. We didn't like go into detail. on-
Okay, these are the new ones, so you should definitely play these.
Yes.
Yes. What's leaving,
All right.
Kenny?
What's leaving Game Pass on November 30th, I should say, is Call of the Sea, FIFA 19, Football Manager 2021, Haven, Hello Neighbor, Morkred, and Valhalla VA-11's Hall-A Cyberpunk Bartender Action. What a name.
Yeah, everyone's
So
calling
no-
that Valhalla, but yeah.
Yeah. So
I try to be specific.
So a normal month where I would say I could leave all of these. Maybe I'll play one of the Call of Sea stacks, but I don't think that's really the case with Nate. You're pretty stacked.
Oh, it is a real Sophie's choice up here. With Haven, two sets of Call of the Sea, Morkred, and Valhalla. I wasn't interested in Valhalla at all until I was told it's a 3 to 4 hour completion, and I thought,
Is that it? Now
I
I'm
don't-
interested.
yeah, I don't like guiding games anymore though. Like I'm kind of I've told myself I'm done with that, but yet here I am thinking about it.
It's a
Haven,
visual novel. That's not what I was expecting.
yeah.
That's a visual novel?
Yeah, that's why I was like, okay, well, maybe this
Gross.
is doable. Like, if you want to play the game, apparently it takes like 10 hours. In the Discord, people were talking about it, saying, oh, if you experience this game, which you should, some people have enjoyed it, and they've played it, and they've enjoyed it. And they said it takes about 10 hours. Other people just want to get through it and get that gamer score, and they guide it, and it takes about 3 hours. So I would be more akin to doing the 3 hour path. Call of the Sea, I want to enjoy one time through, and then guide for the cleanup, and then just blast through the second one. That's my intention, but there's not too many days left. Haven, I'm upset that I started. I was looking forward to that game, and then, man, it wasn't what I was expecting. And I know it's some people's cup of tea. Some people in the Discord are happy about it, and they really enjoy it, and they say it's a great game. It's in their top 10 or 20 of the year. For me, it's nowhere near top 10 or 20.
I completed it, and it's nowhere near that.
I don't know how you completed it. How did you push yourself to complete that? Why did you do that?
I don't. It was during G-Task. I know that much.
There you go.
But I would not be rushing to do it now.
Yeah, I'm dreading that. Right now, I'm thinking I'll do more cred because that seems fun and short. So that's kind of my goal. And then I'm going to Call the Sea, and then I'll do Haven, and then I'll probably pass on Valhalla.
Well, for Valhalla, just watch like a playthrough on YouTube. That's basically like completing it.
This looks way more involved than that.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it's a PC game, right? So you can do keyboard, mouse. I think you can do controller, but I think Waka was saying it's much faster if you use the keyboard. So
They link to a Steam guide, and if you go to the forums, there's a walkthrough. But man, the Steam guide is it has tables in it, and if it has tables in a visual novel, you know that there's something in there that you got to understand that is way more than just a standard Ratalaika visual novel.
yeah, there was that one stupid Ratalaika. Sorry, that what was
You
it?
gotta be more clear
It's
than
like
that.
dating or something. You were like an archaeology student or something, and you had to set up your
C19
schedule.
dating?
Oh my gosh, speed dating. You had to set up your daily planner schedule, and that was just a pain. If it's anything like that, I'm gonna pass easily.
It looks more akin to coffee talk. It looks like you're having to serve certain drinks at certain times to certain
Didn't
people.
finish that either. There's my breaking
Yeah.
point. There you go. I have to use a guide. Done.
Well, just as a reminder to everybody, if one of these games that are leaving you really want, you can get them 20% off before it leaves. Might be the time to pick it up.
Or just wait in case it's added back. Hello, my friend is Pedro.
Hello.
Hello, all my friends named Pedro.
I'm so glad that's
All
back.
twos of you.
Oh, and leaving December 8th is Destiny 2. Beyond Light.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Nobody got time for that. But we got some time for some games that are coming real soon. Who wants to talk about
I'll do it.
Lego Builder's Journey?
I'll do it.
All right, there you take it away.
Speaking of coming real soon, I am refreshing the page right now because it is supposed to drop 2 days ago, your time.
Real soon.
2 days ago, your podcast time. But my time should be the next, I don't know, few hours. So I keep refreshing for that. Apparently, this was a surprise drop. We didn't know about this even a week ago. We just got news. Lego Builder's Journey is an atmospheric geometric puzzle game that asks us to sometimes follow the instructions and sometimes to break the rules. If you want to check out the achievements, or what we expect to be the achievements, there are going to be 13 of them. You can check them out on True Steam Achievements. I couldn't find them on the Steam page, which is weird. I don't really go over there for much other than just like videos of games that Xbox hasn't included yet. But basically, you are a tiny Lego person, but you're not even a person. You're just like 3 Lego bricks put together. You kind of vaguely resemble a person with like a backpack. And your goal is to move through the level kind of like 100 ways-ish. It's not basically like set and go, but there are interactive levels. This game is beautiful. If you watch it's
good looking.
I think it's a tech demo. Really, it's a glorified tech demo for ray tracing on the, I think, GTX hardware. But it's been turned into a game. Reviewers say that it's taking about 2 to 3 hours to get all the achievements to get through it. But this thing just looks adorable and beautiful all at the same time. You really should check it out. 2 to 3 hours, and it's a puzzle game. This is right up my alley.
It's like if you are walking through a virtual Lego booklet. Like if you ever buy those Lego sets nowadays, they have, packages and you have to follow an instruction booklet. And it's like walking through one of those. And man, do I want to play it.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like you're given just a few pieces, at least on these early levels, that you can use to kind of move your character through the way. So like, you only have 2 that you can stick to. So you just kind of like move those along and you can transfer to each one. So you get to one, you move the other one in front, move to that one, move the other one in front. So maybe that becomes repetitive, but it just looks so cool.
I can see a lot of people wanting to play this.
Yeah, definitely want to check it out. So I'm refreshing. Hopefully it'll be out tonight.
Don't be discouraged when we say Lego, because it's totally different than your normal Lego experience.
Yes.
This is so different.
I was just about to say that. It is not your typical Lego game, which I despise.
This is not the Lego, goofy game. This is like you're actually playing with actual Legos that are sentient. So it's weird. You got to check it out.
Yeah, it's more of like the name implies, a builder. And Corey, what game you want to talk about?
So I'm going to talk about Oddworld. What's it called? Oddworld. I lost it. Great.
If I had to guess,
Soulstorm.
There you go.
It comes out on Tuesday, November 30th. This is a game that was previously a PlayStation exclusive. It actually launched with PlayStation Plus or whatever that free service is over there. It's not your traditional 2D side scrolling. It's a 2.9D action adventure platformer. They say that it has about 15 hours worth of gameplay, and dozens more for achievement hunters, as they state. It's like the sequel to Abe's Exodus, I think is what it was. They remade it into Abe's New and Tasty. I think this is the sequel to that. Now, this is not my favorite style of the Oddworld games. I must admit, I was born into the Oddworld Munch's Odyssey life. I love Munch's Odyssey so much. I wish we would get they kind of remade it and they didn't remade it. They remastered it, I guess, and re-released it onto PC. And it has achievements there. I really wish we would get that treatment for the Xbox. But regardless, this is in the Oddworld universe. I really love that universe. So I'm looking forward to it, even though it's not my typical style of game. You are, I think you're Abe, or you're one of those Mudokons, I think they're what they're called. And you're trying to save other Mudokons as you go through. They say that there's more than 1,000 of them. And there's different endings that you can unlock. I don't know. I'm really looking forward to this game. They put out a special edition physical, so if that's your jam, go for that. Otherwise, it's going to be here digitally on Tuesday, November 30th.
All right. I never played an Odd World, so I know nothing about these games.
I don't know why the universe draws me in, but it's just so odd, you know. You just gotta go with it. It's good stuff.
All right. Well, let's talk about not good stuff. We got some losers for this week's G-Task.
Yes, we do, and those losers are Johnny Delicious, Freaky RO, True Achievement himself, Living Legend, Unstoppable KD, and Aruderic. They have all been eliminated from the G-Task individual side. From the team side, we also have Johnny Delicious, as well as Sweeney, Logic Slayer, Wildwood Mike, Magical Mars, and this little known person called rawkerdude. His team has been eliminated as well.
What?
Listen, what
happened?
They were
How
randoms.
could you let yourself get ejected so early?
I didn't get eliminated. My daggum random team got eliminated.
Did they also get eliminated from individual, or?
I wasn't paying attention. One of them probably did, if I had to guess. Nobody talked to anybody in that team. One of them, I think, only got scanned in on the automatic daily scans, if that. So I was at the zoo. I was looking at tigers and bears when we got eliminated as a team, but I'm still in it in the individual, and that's where it really counts. That's where, that's where the mustard goes on the potatoes. So it's fine.
That's where the what?
Mustard goes on the potatoes.
Okay. You never put mustard on potatoes?
That is not a real. I'm gonna regret looking this up. There is no way that is a real saying.
I'm sure that I don't know if that's a saying, but that's definitely a recipe that my dad put. Put mustard in the potato.
No, you don't put mustard on
yellow
potatoes.
Mustard, just yellow mustard
in mashed potatoes. Sometimes. I'm not saying it was my favorite, but it happened.
Yellow mustard, mashed potatoes. Did you guys not have butter as when you were growing up?
We live in Tennessee. Of course we had butter.
Potatoes?
Look, this is even a recipe. Mustard mashed potatoes.
I mean, this is... Okay, number one, this is still better than mashed cauliflower. I would still eat that over mashed cauliflower.
Mustard might make cauliflower better.
I am not willing to find out.
I'm not willing to put money on that. Southern mustard potato salad. What the...
Okay, I don't eat potato salad. That stuff's gross.
Especially when it has mustard in it. What?
What's wrong with mustard? You got something that gets mustard?
So it's Thanksgiving.
No, it's great on
you got turkey,
hot dogs.
You got some sort of weird southern stuffing, and you got mustard mashed potatoes. Like, is that?
No, I mean, like, that's not a staple.
Okay.
It just happened in my childhood.
Okay, I'm surprised.
I'm so sorry for your childhood.
Apparently, mustard mashed potatoes is a thing. I'm seeing recipes, so
maybe you should try it. Don't put it in the Old Bay.
Maybe I should get past my hang-ups and try mustard mashed potato. I'll tell you what, I do like these mustard seeds. They look but that's like a brown mustard thing. That's not a yellow mustard. That's a brown mustard thing.
Excuse me, do you have any gray poupon?
But of course.
Why, yes, I do. Because I'm an old.
All right. We can't keep talking about food. We're going to get yelled at.
We can talk about it later.
Yes.
After we've had some of these.
I'm so confused. All right. And other contests we got going on. Gamertag challenge.
Oh, it's the mashed potato challenge. We're going to try all kinds of mashed potatoes, and we're going to talk about what's good.
We got a new patron special.
There you go. It's November. It's the Gamertag challenge, which has nothing to do with mashed potatoes this month. Mental Knight 5 is the Gamertag. His wildcard game is any new achievement or previous completion by developer Fulbright, which means Gone Home Console Edition or Tacoma, unless they secretly put out a game in the next week. And that'd be crazy. In the bonus, it's Baby Gamer, achievements in games geared towards elementary school age. So that would be games that are based on like elementary school type material. your awesome games like
Are you smarter
Paw
than
Patrol.
a 5th grader?
Yeah, there you go. Or yeah, are you smarter than a 5th grader? Probably not. Just a note: we have one more week ish in this month's challenge. Our next Gamertag challenge will be picked between shows. So the 30th will be our live show, and then the next month kicks over on the 1st. So we will be announcing the new Gamertag on the Discord. There will be no hints leading up to it at all, I'm sure.
Definitely not.
There you go. Gamertag challenge.
All right. And last but not least, we have Brag Camp. Take it away, Corey.
Brag Camp. For completions, Aftos 84 completed 150 games this week. Again, not all in 1 week, but he crossed that line. Along with J Zarp 43, 500 completions. And then, what do you know, Mental Knight has passed 950 completed games. None of which are in Undungeon.
Yeah, none of them are Undungeon. Not even one of them.
Definitely not.
In streaks, Ahizo is currently on a 50-day achievement win streak, as are KooshMoose. I'm not even trying. I hit that. Didn't even know about it. KT Echo, currently on a 100-day achievement win streak. And she is joined by AS Unknown 1. Chesno, currently on 200 days. Ben L72 with 250. Jeremy DJ, which I think is new, 800-day achievement win streak. Blue Thunder 7398. Elroy's Bane is currently at 3,100 days. And Big L with 3,250 days.
In leaderboards, Alex R. Davies, 300,000 gamer score. Fight Club, 400,000 gamer score. KooshMoose, again, has hit 650,000 gamer score. J Zarp 43, 700,000 gamer score. Kitty Skies, 900,000 gamer score, along with MDP 73. Noth Ultra. It's in all caps. I like yelled or something like that. 1.35 million gamer score. And Elroy OMJ has hit 1.5 million gamer score.
I can't let this pass up to say that Mr. OMJ, Elroy himself, he got that with the achievement called Possum Party from
Of course he did.
Dadish. So, yeah, that happened. Major props to you, bud.
Nice.
In leaderboards, as Elle would say, Alex RD is now in the top 10 of the Achievements 1 leaderboard for Metroidvania. Also the top 5 for completed games in Metroidvania, at least until I get my hands on it. And then the top 5 for TA for Metroidvania. Hat90 is now in the top 1,000 of the England TA difference leaderboard for simulation racing, because nobody else plays those games. Congratulations. Oz Buffniak is now in the top 50 for Australia gamer score for simulation, and Shadowless Edge in the top 50 for the Oceania gamer score leaderboard.
Nice.
In Brags, which I'm taking over for L, these are achievements or just things in general that people are really proud about, and they post them to the Hashbrags channel. And then we, if we see something that sticks out, we go ahead and we read it. L normally picks these. I don't know what he would have picked this week, but here's what I've picked. What caught my eye. Ahizo has every car in Forza Horizon 5. So in the Forza Horizon 5 collection, when you open it up, he posted a picture. It says 535 of 535. I thought he was just really happy about his Subaru collection. Turns out, no, he had 535 cars, and that's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
The game just came out.
Get a life, man.
Yeah, it's insane. Arania Highwind is the first to complete Ninth Dawn 3.
I don't know if that's difficult, but being first to complete it is cool.
That's great. I mean, I don't know if he completed the first 2 before that, but there you go.
Or the first 8.
And Chip completed Crash Bandicoot 3, which
now that's a completion.
I assume that is an accomplishment. That seems like something to be proud of. Those games can be tough.
They're very tough.
So
That is one heck of a completion. Good job, Chip.
yeah, so if you didn't get yours read, try harder. Post something cooler or tag. Go ahead and tag people or tag the tag L and pick a week where he's going to be on the podcast. So there you go.
All right. Let's get on with the outros. Corey, you still want to read off those promos or?
Yeah, sure. By the time you're hearing this, I will have watched Princess Bride. It will have happened. And if you were not there on Twitch or for whatever reason couldn't watch it, that will be a special recording, not the movie, but I'm going to record something, my thoughts or whatever for the patrons. So if you're not a Patreon consider subscribing for that.
What?
I was trying to think of consider, but subscribe at the same time, subscriber. Anyways.
No, we'll keep on subsitters. I like it.
So what are you drinking again?
Jaeger.
So
yeah, Princess Bride. Next week, I will be a Princess Bride expert, and the patrons will have my exclusive review on that movie, or whatever I decide to talk about for that. And then on December 9th, it's a Thursday. I and maybe Fufu will be watching live on Twitch the Game Awards.
I'll be there.
That will be something fun to do.
with your cups of tea.
With our cups.
Even though
Why would we
Forza
have tea?
Horizon 5 won't be there.
It's true.
Very true. And then later on in the year, I'm going to be doing something. I'm still working out the details for Rocker versus the server. So that will be fun. And if it doesn't happen, man, I got a lot of crow to eat. So they
Very
say.
much looking forward to that. And you can follow us on Twitch and twitch.tv/AH101. Well, I guess you won't be able to watch Princess Bride, but you will be able to catch future streams like the Game Awards. Or if you want to contact us, you can do so on the Twitter at Achievements101. You can join the Discord, discord.io/AH101. Great community over there. You absolutely want to download that app and be a part of the community. Please follow us on YouTube as well at Achievement Hunting 101. Blah, blah, blah. And last but not least, if you can help us out through monetarily, please consider signing up for our Patreon, patreon.com/achievementhunting101. Access to a bunch of different Discord perks, super secret Discord channel and giveaways, and then other great content on Patreon. And you also help us dictate the show. We listen to our patrons before everybody else on what we should or should not do. Keep listening to a Milestone's Musing coming up with Wakapeil and Elroy OMJ. Well, with that, class is dismissed. See y'all next week.
See you later, alligator.
A gobble gobble.
Oh, I should have went turkey.
A gobble, 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 gobble.
Welcome back, everyone, to Milestone Musings, the Wakapeil edition. So today I'm joined by the wonderful, charming, and overall just delightful Wakapeil, but not just for one milestone today. So no, you get a twofer today. You get not just Waka having been the recent champion of the Battle Royale genre, but also Waka finally hit 1 million. So there you go. I mean, it's about time he played some of those baby games to get there. So,
oh, there's been baby games lately. D-tasks in full swing.
Yeah, you're, I don't know, your ratio implies otherwise. So, but we'll get to that. So 1 million gamer score. So let me set a stage. Let me paint a picture for the audience here. Okay. So Wakapeil, for whatever reason, just decides, okay, it's time. Everyone else is doing it. Peer pressure's getting into him. He's like, yeah, I guess I better go ahead and hit 1 million. So many other people have. And so he's sitting there, and he gets all the way up to 9 million, I'm sorry, 900,000, not 9 million. That would be a different conversation. 999,000. I'll spit it out. 952. So he is 48 gamer score shy of 1 million points. So at this point, most people were thinking, okay, I need to go find a 3 achievement to even it out at 55, and then find a 5 achievement, and then I'm all set, and then just kind of work towards whatever this achievement that I want is. And so he is coming fresh off of transforming in River City Ransom. That is basically the achievement for changing your avatar. So he just unlocked that. He's on a roll here. In case you don't know what that is, that's one of those quick arc system works achievements. So where you basically start up the game and you get 600 points for just playing around in the menus, and then the other 400, have inflated ratios because everyone else just did the easy 600 and left. So he just he just changed the avatar. It took him 5 seconds. And so he's at 952. He has 48 points to go. So he's thinking, well, maybe he's thinking, I want to knock it out in one achievement. So my first question to you, Waka, are you aware that there might be a couple of 48 gamerscore Chivos?
I was not, and I wasn't really paying attention. I knew I was getting close to 1 million. But I knew I was going to hit it playing River City Ransom, but I had no idea at what stage it would be.
Okay, well, you're at this stage now.
Yeah, I think it was one of those gimme achievements that pushed me over 1 million. I certainly didn't hit it on the head.
Well, spoiler alert, that's not what I asked, Waka. Are you aware there's 48 gamerscore achievements?
Not really. I'm guessing there are some. I'm hoping you will tell me a few now.
There are 12 of them, in fact. 12 of them. There's 12 48 gamerscore achievements. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about over half of them, or I guess half, is from a game called Pixel Piracy, which you have not done. And so how cool would it have been had you set it up to where you could have popped the legend, and then it says, wait for it, ... Okay, so legend, and then that would have taken you up to 1 million, and then you could have done the very next achievement, pushing you over 1 million with dairy ! So you could have done legend, dairy to get the 1 million, and then get your first achievement, kicking off your next million. I mean, that would have been a great story, huh?
It would have been. It would have taken me paying more attention to where I was at.
Yeah.
And with GTOS going, I did not even know if I was going to get enough score in one of those early weeks. So I just played everything that was available when I had the time.
Yeah, I can tell. So it took me a while, because when you told me that you had hit 1 million and I was kind of putting this together, I was like, wait a minute, like, which achievement did he use? Wait, what? Wait. And I was just confused. I was confused by the whole thing. And then I was like, and he has an uneven gamer score. And like, I don't know. You just looked like you just blew right through it and just didn't even stop. So you have no idea which achievement you used for the 1 million.
It was one of the River City Ransom achievements. Let me take a look, see if I can identify it.
Well, I've given you some hints already. So, but yes, see if you can identify it. I give you a hint. It was worth 100 gamer score.
Yeah, that helps. Might have been show us what you got.
It might have been, but it was not.
Okay, so which one was it?
Your 1 million gamer score achievement, and actually your first 52 points of your second 1 million is reverberation of retro sound for turning on reverb in the sound options with a whopping 1.04 ratio.
Yes, very impressive. I mean, only 1,500 have done that.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty rare. I mean, I'm sure the rare, gamer score, logo popped up and everything. I mean, so, I mean, why? Why? Okay, so you had the GTAS. I mean, is this not slightly more important than the first week of GTAS?
Nah.
I mean, I guess it would be kind of humiliating to get eliminated the first week, but...
Yeah, it would have been. As I mentioned, I don't really pay attention to hitting certain milestones. I think I did it in the past for maybe 700,000 or something, but I can't even remember what I did. So I'm not sure if I would remember what I did for 1 million in 1 year from now. So.
So you have no idea any of your 100 gamer score like increments. So like even the first 100, because you've been at this for a long time. You've been around. You're what I consider one of the old timers in the community. Given that let's see, I wrote it down. You've been on TA for 10 years. 10 years ago, I didn't even know what an Xbox was. So there you go. So you've been around for a while.
Yeah, I've probably started achievement hunting a bit more focused since 2012 or so.
Uh-huh. So, like, when you hit the first 100,000, I'm sure that was kind of big at the time, and you have no idea which one you used.
No idea what game I even played at the time.
Oh, man. This actually brings up a point that I would like to see for TA, which is, how hard would it be for them? I mean, they got numbers out the wazoo. They got numbers everywhere. How hard would it be for them to figure out, like, and put on your profile, like, which achievement you use for, like, you could, like, say which achievement was used when you had this threshold. What was the last achievement when you hit 100,000? What was the last achievement? And so it seems like they could figure that out.
Probably up to a point, at least for future milestones, but previous milestones will be tricky as there are offline unlocks.
You're right. Yeah, that's true. But new accounts, I guess, but even then, you can still unlock offline, as anybody in the GTAS knows. So, especially this week with a bonus. But yeah. So, what do you think it is why you just don't care about these milestones? I guess it's just imaginary internet points anyway. But I mean, it seems like I don't know. For me, a reverberation of retro sound for a guy like Wakapeil, who, in my view, is like, you know, one of those tough as nails gamers. I mean, you got a 1.95 ratio. Like, it's almost a. I mean, 1.95 is a very high ratio these days.
Haven't I been tanking that for years?
Yeah, I know. And you're trending down. And so, I don't know. I just thought, I don't know. I guess it's kind of funny in its irony that you chose this one as your 1 million. But
well, I chose the game. I was fine with River City Ransom being my 1 million game since I really liked that back in the day.
Yeah, that's a good game. I mean, it's nothing against River City Ransom. It's just you just blew right through the stop sign and just kept on going, and you didn't even know what achievement it was. I don't know. It just seems, because I always kind of take a minute and always make sure I hit it and kind of take a picture of where I'm at, and then I can go back in my pictures and look through it. It's kind of something I've been doing since forever.
In front of your TV.
Yeah. The flexing with the energy tag, the cat pulling my pants down, there's all kinds of stuff throughout. And then I even write it down. I even write down what it is. I have like a little note on my phone, like which one it is. So I don't know. So I guess we're on opposite ends of the spectrum there. That's why it's so jolting to me that you just blew right through it. And I thought maybe it was a mistake. Maybe you had something planned and then you just miscounted. But I don't know. So.
Yeah, I think my pace up to 1 million from 900,000 has been not too fast. I've been enjoying longer games for a bit. I know people have been telling me that, you're close to 1 million, you can probably get it in a week. And yep, that's probably true, but I've enjoyed taking my time and hitting it naturally.
Very naturally, in the sense that you were just like, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. It happened. Okay. Just keep playing. And I think you might have an achievement for the quickest turnaround after 1 million to get the next achievement. Like because I'm sure you just popped another one of those little option menu ones. I didn't even look to see which one you had after reverberation of sound.
Change background, so probably a matter of seconds.
Wow, man! You really bounced back. I mean, I'm sure it wore you out being able to turn on the reverb and the sound options, and then you went ahead and did that. I mean, you must have been just exhausted at the end of that.
But something that did bother me was I had completed all the difficult achievements. I only had the menu achievements to do. But for some reason, the completion achievement for unlocking all the other achievements glitched and didn't unlock. So I had to go back into the game, redo one of the achievements, and then it started working.
I'm glad you brought that one up, because that was my next question, which is, there is actually an achievement in the game River City Ransom called completion, wouldn't that have been kind of a cool one to land it right on 1 million with? It's like you completed the journey. I mean, it was right there. I mean, you could have, evened it up at about, 900 points and then just popped that one and bam.
Yeah, I'd gotten too much score from other stuff.
Yeah, that's the planning part, Waka. It's the planning part. No. So I'm sure I know the answer to this, but do you have any idea what number person you are to get 1 million gamer score?
I do not. Let's see, 1 million. A lot of people have hit 1 million. I'm guessing 300.
And some change, maybe?
Or is it way more?
it's a little, it's way more, I think. I mean, it could be even more by now. I mean, people just blown right through 1 million like crazy. But you are, and best I can tell, because when I looked, it's give or take one maybe. You were 491st, so you slid in as one of the first 500 people to hit 1 million. So there's that. I mean, so. Yeah, 491. I was amazed by that. I mean, even I've been around long enough to remember, 1 million. I think when I got into it, there was only 3 people that had 1 million, I think, maybe.
Yeah, there's been a massive gamer score inflation the last few years. For sure.
Yeah, I'm sure you've really seen it since you've, again, been around for 10 years. So I guess since gamer score is not, I mean, that's kind of one of those things that, as you said, is just kind of massively inflated. So what is your thing? Like, other than, the Battle Royale genre, what is your thing? What is it that people should associate with you? So, like, for me, I associate you with hard-ass games, like just, ratio. If anybody can get the achievement, Waka can get it. So what is it that you go for? Completion percentage, ratio, first to finish a crap game? What gets you going, I guess?
The thing is, I'd like to do all of the above. I just like playing games as much as I can, but there are more important things than gaming. So these days, I don't get as much gaming time as I'd like. We'll see in a couple of years if I'll get a divorce.
Oh no! Yeah, that's the unsung heroes of the achievement hunting community, is these poor spouses all across the world that put up with us. But yeah, so I understand completely. But so, are you the rare achievement hunter that plays for fun? Is that what I'm hearing? You just play what you want?
I would say so. You mentioned the Battle Royale games. I started playing PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. When it was released, didn't have any achievements yet. It was in early access. That's the first multiplayer game that really grabbed me since Halo 3. I put a ton of hours into PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds before it got achievements. And then they were supposed to be retroactive, but they weren't.
That's convenient.
Probably played for 200 hours before the achievements showed up.
Yikes! Yeah, that's rough. Let's see. I can't think of any other achievement hunter that I know that would play a game for 200 hours without any achievements. I guess you were probably under the prospectus that eventually it would. But so I guess before I transition over to Battle Royale, I have one last question for you. So you're coming up on 2 million TA score. Are you just going to blow through that, or you got anything planned? I guess that one's harder to plan, but is there a certain game you want to use for that?
Nothing planned. I don't even know how close I am, but you said I was at 1.9, so 43,000. Nope, nothing planned. It would be great right. to do it with perfection from Trove, but that's not going to happen. That's going to take me a few more months. I think I'm going to hit...
And it's a moving target.
Yeah, I think I'm going to hit 40,000 TA rather quick since I'm in the G task. And, well, this week our team needs 14,000 TA for a bonus. So probably start a sit-alone game or something.
All right. Well, all right. Sounds good. So, all right. So let's get to Battle Royale. So for those of you that are unfamiliar, I like unfamiliar because, some of us do a segment on genres, but I feel it's best to define the genre. So Battle Royale games consist of a large number of players engaging in combat within the same arena. Typically, the play area gradually shrinks for the duration of the game, thus forcing combatants into smaller circles to find other players. Respawning eliminated players may be possible, but is not required for the genre. Another common element of Battle Royale games is the option to loot items such as weapons, armor, ammo, etc. from the playing field to give themselves an advantage over other players. So that's the genre that we are going to discuss, in which you are in first place in the world. So you already kind of hinted at it with PUBG and how it grabs you. So when the achievements did come into the PUBG, and I assume you started working immediately on those.
Yeah, they were glitched for me for months before they fixed it. Some gamer tags had an issue where they couldn't unlock achievements for, well, at least several weeks after the achievements were live.
Well, that leads me to my first question, which is, do you have any idea what was your first achievement that actually did unlock in this genre?
It must have been one of the retroactive achievements from PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. It could have been a chicken dinner or getting a certain number of kills.
It was for doing something 101 times.
101 times. Yeah, you unlocked a bunch of achievements once they started working. 101 times does not stick out.
Well, your first achievement in the genre.
Is it for punching people to death 101 times? No.
No, but that would have been pretty awesome. This one is more of a, think higher up.
Headshots.
A little higher up than that.
I don't think they had hats in PUBG. At least not that you could shoot them.
It is for airborne. Jumping out of an airplane 101 times. That was your first achievement. Yeah, it's a little higher up than a headshot, I guess. Maybe not. Maybe you can shoot people in airplanes. I don't know. But so there you go. So that was your first, and you mentioned the chicken dinner achievement. So that is kind of like the famous. I'm trying to think of a more famous achievement than that one. That one kind of took a life of its own in pop culture, I would say. Are you familiar with the chicken dinner, I guess, meme, so to speak?
I know it's a reference for something originally, but PUBG really popularized it.
Oh, yeah, they took it and ran with it, but they're the ones that made it, I guess, mainstream, if you will. But it actually was, I don't know how legit this is, but I saw variations of this on different sources. But it says that the phrase has been associated with gambling, actually, through the story of a casino selling chicken dinners for the price of a standard bet, which at the time was $2. So that meant if you won the bet, you automatically won a chicken dinner as well. So there you go. And it links back to the 30s, I guess. It says, well, someone else said that's not it, and said that it originated from the 30s when gamblers would do anything to win a chicken dinner. So it's something in gambling with some chicken dinners. And then it was used in a 2008 movie, 21, which is a casino heist film. And they used it like very frequently. But yes, it was definitely made mainstream because of PUBG. So
I don't think I had ever heard of it before PUBG.
Yeah, I hadn't either. It was just, so here's a question for you. How many chicken dinners do you think you've won in PUBG, since you said that you played it for 200 hours before achievements, and then I assume with the achievements came in? And what's your frequency? What is your ratio for chicken dinners?
It's really, really low. Most of the time some of the time I played it while my daughter was sleeping on my stomach. The great thing about PUBG is that you could start a match, go hide in a bathroom, come back 10 minutes later. If you were still alive, you still had a shot to win the match. So frequently, if you came back 10 minutes later, you would not be alive, but it happened. I'm guessing I probably only won 1% of matches or something like that. So I'm guessing 80 chicken dinners.
80 chicken dinners, wow. That's like a whole flock there.
I thought you had a stat in front of you.
I didn't. Let's see. I don't. Is it actually keep track of that in the game?
Total wins 48. So
that's not 80
chicken dinners.
Hey, 48 chicken dinners is pretty good. Is there? Can you compare it to your friends? Does anybody else have any chicken dinners to match that?
Let's see. Not. Total wins. The number one in the world has 5,600. Friends only. So actually, I'm number one, tied with a gray shark who also has 48 wins.
Oh man! Now, does that make you kind of want to go get another chicken dinner really quick, just so you can say, "Hey, Mr. Gray Shark," or Miss Gray Shark? I'm not sure, but hey, Gray Shark, I got more chicken dinners than you, and then since
last time I booted up PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, I was really underwhelmed and do not really feel a desire to go back to it.
Well, I mean, all you have to do is run around the landscape and just go into the bathrooms and shoot all the people that are away, that are sitting out for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I guess that would be my strategy if I ever played this thing. So just go shoot people in the bathtubs.
Well, do you want to hear my strategy for getting as many kills as possible?
Oh, absolutely.
Wait until you drop out of the airplane. There was always 5 to 6 players who was not holding their controllers. So basically figured out where they landed, then ran somewhere where you could get weapons that you need to get kills with specific weapons like grenades and crossbow. So I went to get the weapons I needed and then killed the people who were not playing.
How can you tell from them jumping out of an airplane that they were not ready? They just went straight down, or? Yeah,
they went straight down, but then they all parachuted. But everyone who wasn't playing just went in a straight line. So there was always a cluster of 4 or 5 people standing in one spot close to each other. That's how I got my unarmed kills.
That's clever. All right.
I think they've changed how it works now, so that's no longer possible.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. I'm never going to play this game anyway. So, but maybe some listeners out there were perking up. But unfortunately, so what does it do now then? If you don't just go straight down, does it just throw you at an angle, or
everyone goes in different random directions? So when they drop down, they pull their parachute, and then they, instead of all going in the same direction, landing in the same spot, they land in different places. I also think there are bots that run around and kill them now.
Well, that was kind of my next question on that was, is PUBG still around? Is it still got active servers? Seems like Fortnite just ate their chicken dinner and that was it.
Yeah, it is still around, but last time I tried it, the queue was really, really long. You had to wait quite a bit to get into a match. And I just helped someone run me over with the car, so that was it.
That was it. That sounds like a wonderful experience there. What kind of car was it?
Well, some kind of Humvee or Jeep, I guess. Big car.
I didn't know if they. I've never played it in my life, so I didn't know if the cars were specific or not.
Yeah, I don't think they're branded. Well, they might be.
It had 4 wheels, it's just a car. Just a car. Yeah. So, do you find, since you're the Battle Royale expert, do you find that this is kind of a young man's or a young woman's sport? Because these are the games that I'm a teacher. And all of my students just drool all over this genre and play them all and put hundreds and hundreds of hours into them. So are you kind of a relic competing in a in a very young person's sport here?
Oh, I'm certain I am. This is not a very old genre. There were games before PUBG like The Culling, which is now one of the few dead games in the genre. Most of the Battle Royales released on Xbox are still up and running, with the exception of The Culling and The Culling 2, which has a very interesting history. very brief
Yeah,
one.
I was curious what it was. Yeah, I was curious what the story was on that one. I've heard of it in the past, but it looks like it's. I don't know. I haven't heard anyone really say anything positive about that game.
Oh,
so what's the story?
There really isn't. The first, the culling was released before PUBG, and say 16-player, mostly melee-based battle royale. It's an interesting game, but it's a high learning curve. There's crafting and all kinds of crap, and a good player can really kick the crap out of an inexperienced player, so not many stuck around. Most players probably got in one match or 2 or 3 and got their ass handed to them by the better players and decided to never go back.
By the walkers out there.
Yeah, I was kind of terrible at it. I probably only won like 1 or 2 matches.
Well, if you're only winning 1 or 2 matches, that is definitely probably a steep learning curve. Then, because I've seen you operate in these battle royales. Because we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, that's if you're struggling with it, then there's no business for someone like me even turning that game on. So
yeah, the culling had its audience, and they really dominated every single match. The newcomers did not stand a chance. A few years later, they released The Culling 2, which by all accounts was a real trash fire. It didn't work at all. It was $20, which is quite a lot compared to free. And it didn't take off at all. And within 2 weeks, they had shut down the servers and refunded everyone who bought the game.
Oof.
Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of with the Culling 2, because it is like, yeah, it's like it got shellacked. Yeah, that was so. Were you able to get all the achievements in that one before they shut it down, or did that one get away from you?
No, I didn't even start it. I barely knew it existed before it shut down.
Man.
And back then, I wasn't paying attention to the Battle Royale leaderboard. It was just something I noticed. I was really high up on, I think it was in 10th place or so by the time I actually looked at the leaderboard.
You mentioned how new players in the Culling get destroyed. So do you think it's kind of a similar skill set across the whole genre? Like what skill set is it that someone would have to be successful in the genre?
They are very different games across the genre, even if they appear very similar. Many of them, the more realistic ones, often require a bit of patience, and you have to be determined to figure stuff out and realize that you're going to lose the majority of the matches that you're playing. You shouldn't be prone to rage quitting, because you're going to get killed so many times before you get your first win. Well, in most of the games anyway. Some of the recent battle royales usually give you a free win your first match since you are playing against bots. Without telling you, that's just a tactic the most recent games have deployed to get people to keep playing, not getting into a match, and then be dead within 30 seconds. That's not a good first experience for anyone.
For sure. Yeah. So patience, you think? A lot of disposable time? So, yeah.
I usually complain that I have too little time. But many of the battle royales, I can do other stuff. I can edit a podcast. I can watch a movie. I can take care of my family. I can cook. Since they're not all action all the time, you can often hide in a bathroom. The most prominent games in the genre, a valid tactic is hiding in a bathtub. That's one of the watermarks of the genre. You really need a good bathtub to hide in.
Yeah, I was say I've heard of people doing that in Fortnite, because again, I have tons of students and they all talk, Fortnite still, which amazes me to this day. They're still into that. And but yeah, the bathtub hiding, that's so do you find yourself going into a house and
Fortnite doesn't have any battle royale achievements, which I'm kind of bummed about. So I've never actually played a Fortnite match in my life. I have started the it's not a single player, it's a co-op campaign. But honestly, I haven't figured out how it works yet.
So when you say they don't have any battle royale achievements, I'm not sure what you mean by that. I mean, it's in the battle royale genre.
Yes, which I find completely mislabeled, since the game was released as a cooperative base building game where you had to defend the base from zombies. Then when PUBG took off, they made the Fortnite Battle Royale as an extra mode, which took a life of its own. So the Fortnite we're seeing today is nowhere near what it was at launch.
Okay, so all of the 1,000 gamer score, it's like just like a tower defense type campaign, if you will.
Yeah, sort of, with, you build the barricades and traps. Yeah, it's an apt description. But you more focus on running around and shooting the zombies yourself than taking help from the towers.
Can the zombies figure out the bathtub, or do they...
I haven't seen
they just keep walking.
I haven't seen a bathtub in the game yet.
Okay. I just wondered if that worked on, AI zombies as well as humans.
Yeah, since Fortnite's usually about defending something, you cannot hide in a bathtub without failing the mission.
Really? I swear they say, I mean, my Fortnite knowledge is very, very low, but it seems like they hide in something. If it's not a bathtub, what do they...
Well, Fortnite Battle Royale and Fortnite, the achievement game, are very different things.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. See, I did not know that. Okay. So... hopefully there's a bathtub, because, I mean, if you're going to have a Battle Royale game, apparently you need a bathtub in it.
Yes.
So you don't like Fortnite being in the genre, which actually surprises me. So maybe you'll have an interesting answer for this, which is in the States we play a little game called the Mount Rushmore. So it's basically you have 4 faces, carved in the stone, so you can't change it, of something that, whatever the topic is. So imagine a Mount Rushmore of Battle Royale. Okay. So which 4 concept arts or what 4 games would you put on there? What would you put on the Mount Rushmore of Battle Royale?
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is a given.
Okay. This kind of started things.
Well, is this supposed to be objective or highly subjective?
Oh, it's supposed to make someone say you're crazy and he forgot this. Oh, Waka put this on the Mount Rushmore of Battle Royales. What is he thinking? In that case,
have the perfect answer, and that would be Cuisine Royale, which is a niche Battle Royale which started out as a joke and is an even bigger joke these days, but that's another topic. It started off as a PUBG clone, but instead of being serious, you equipped your characters with pans and kitchen utensils as armor and weapons.
Yeah, I've might add that anybody looking at the G-Test that might need some points one week, and if Waka is a saint and he has taken many, I would say this is up there in the same echelon with Human Fall Flat. He's very good at this game, and he can help you out. So, but you have to hit him up for that. So you got 2 faces on the Mount Rushmore. You got two left. Who else fills out this mountain as the most influential or important battle royale in Waka's world?
It gets tricky from here, since I do not enjoy the extremely popular ones, the Fortnite and the Black Ops, the Call of Duty battle royales. I do not find them as enjoyable as the weirder ones, like Super Animal Royale. I'd put up there. The 2D top-down battle royale where you play as animals murdering each other, sort of like a twin-stick shooter.
Nice.
That one also doesn't outstay its welcome. It can be completed in 10 hours or so.
Does that one have a steep learning curve?
No, that one is fairly easy to get into. And you can get most of the achievements in a matter of hours. There are only a few slightly grindy ones.
Is that boostable, or is that something you just get through normal gameplay?
Oh, you can certainly do it yourself, but if you, being an Xbox game, if you play it you can choose servers. If you choose to play it on the Asian servers, there's nobody around except achievement hunters and bots.
Nice.
There are tons of bots. And last time I played
So
it,
there you go.
didn't have to wait very long for a bot match to start.
Since we're carving up this mountain here, so if we need to represent the game, I'm assuming we put a big chicken dinner for PUBG is the carve the chicken dinner into the mountain, and then maybe for the cuisine, would we put a refrigerator? Is that kind of
that's that game's thing. It has refrigerators strewn across the landscape, which gives you food and weapons. And food is used to heal you once you've taken damage.
Yeah, it's got some pretty big achievements with the different rare ones, if I remember. So
Cuisine Royale was, it still is a free-to-play game, so there are tons of starters, and many achievements are very high value compared to what you have to do with them, and they are rather easily boostable if you can find 5 people.
So, all right, yeah. So you have a fridge, you got a chicken dinner. What's the gimmick for the animal game? Is there like a certain animal that's more pronounced, I guess?
No, you can choose which animal to play as, and every time you die, you get an animal pun, so you won't get too upset.
Oh wow, you're really making me want to play this game. Does it have possums in it?
It does. You can play as a possum.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna have to look this one up.
And a
this one's
raccoon.
gonna happen. Oh my goodness, you've really sold this game to at least one person today. So, all right. So you got 3 on the mountain. Are you going to purposely leave the rest of the mountain blank? That way we can say Waka thought so little of Fortnite that he didn't even want. He just said we have extra space on the mountain for a future
as
entry.
As an achievement hunter, I do not want Fortnite there at all, since there's no achievements in it. At least not the
Nice.
Battle Royale part. So,
There you go.
I have a few candidates for the 4th.
Oh.
Right now, I'm weighing it between Realm Royale and Apex Legends. Apex Legends is by far the better game, but Realm Royale is really fun as an achievement hunter. You can easily complete it yourself by playing on the Asian servers against bots.
Realm Royale?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a
I don't remember seeing that one.
fantasy-based battle royale where you've got magic, and every time you die, you get turned into a chicken, and you can run away and respawn if you are not caught.
Is that a throwback to PUBG, perhaps? Yeah.
Possibly.
Turn into chicken, and someone comes and cooks you up and eats you real quick.
It's takes a very different skill set than PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. It's way more arcadey, and it's rather fun. But Apex Legends, if you have a few friends to play with, it's probably the most polished battle royale that's out there today. If you exclude things like the Call of Duty, the Warzone, which doesn't have achievements. So I'm going to disqualify Warzone, which is probably the most popular battle royale in the world, along with Fortnite.
You're just upsetting a lot of people, Walker.
Nope. I have a very solid ground to stand on here. Those games.
You're the number 1 battle royale in the world, so what you say is the truth.
If I played it for 500 hours, I would still get 0 achievements. It wouldn't benefit me at all on the leaderboards.
Indeed. So, but if you want to play some tower defense, I mean, yeah, that's apparently that's where it's at. So, all right, so.
I also have to make an honorable mention to Forza Horizon 4 and 5, since they come with an Battle Royale mode. And for some reason, only Forza Horizon 4 is tagged as Battle Royale at the moment. I'm sure 5 will get there eventually. The funny thing is that a while back, the genre had 700 achievements, 178 of which were from Forza Horizon 4.
I did notice there was quite a few achievements there when I was looking through them. So, yeah, but we'll get to that in a second. I'm going to see how well you know your genre here. So, but before I guess I wrap it up with that, what is your most memorable achievement? Like, which one did you just sticks out as the one that I guess either took you the longest or for whatever reason you liked the best? Which one sticks out to you as your most memorable achievement in the genre?
Any of the game's first win, especially PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds being the very first Battle Royale victory I got. It really got the adrenaline going, and I was I sometimes get real shaky after a tense win. I usually hide in the grass or a bathtub and jump out and kill the last guy remaining.
And you're gonna have to revisit it because again, we need that 49th chicken dinner so that bragging rights.
Not going back to PUBG unless I'm helping someone else with it.
There you go. But just don't help Gray Shark out because then then you'd just be back where you started.
Well, I've been helping him quite a bit.
I have no doubt because you help everyone. I mean, again, you're a saint. You help out everyone in. Oh, geez. I mean, Human Fall Flat. Obviously, I still think that you invented the game, and then I would throw the kitchen battle royale, whatever, Cursed, I guess it is, or however you pronounce it.
Yeah, they changed the name. Cuisine Royale is now called Cursed Food or something. I don't care for it.
Trying to kind of like, PlayerUnknown is PUBG, so maybe they're trying to even, mimic it more. So anyhow, I always like to close out with like a type of game of sorts. So I have a couple of achievements that I picked out that I thought were interesting. Usually it's just the name that I like. But for example, if I gave you the name Winner Winner Chicken Dinner for obtaining a chicken dinner in solo, you would respond, obviously that is from which game?
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
Right. Okay, you get the hang of it. All right. So here you go. I got a couple I picked out. All right. Let's go. Let's start off with Warheads on Foreheads.
That sounds like Warface.
Okay. Would you like to hear it used in a sentence?
Yes.
For reaching Barkov's lab entrance using only drone strike. Sorry, spit it.
That's from Modern Warfare, Call of Duty.
Yeah. Okay.
Another one I would disqualify from the genre on TA since there are no battle royale achievements.
I mean, that seems to make sense to me. I mean, that again, yeah, you bring up an interesting point where, since we are an achievement community, if there's no achievements in that genre, why? Yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying. All right, here you go. William Tell Missed. So William Tell, an American, I guess, I don't know if it's American, English, I don't know, wherever the story came from. But
yeah, I'm not familiar with him. Since I have no idea, I'm guessing Forza Horizon 4, since that's...
Would you like to hear it used in a sentence?
Yes. Died at
archery range.
That one is from Eternal Return.
There you go. So yeah, I knew you had this. So yeah, William Tell, the story goes, he had like an apple on his head and like someone shot it off, or maybe he shot the apple off someone's head, and I'm not sure if he hit it or missed, or I'm not 100% sure how it ends. I just know that's the story anyway. So all right. I like a good movie reference in my achievements. So here you go. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? I guess from Gladiator, I would assume. That one's kind of vague.
The achievement names are really not helping me, but this.
Okay, I'll just go ahead. I'll go ahead and just throw in the description after it. So, get a total combination of 5 final blows or assists in a single match.
Warface, I believe.
That is not it. This is a game that all of a sudden it was a gem of last year's G-Test before they took it down or changed it or something. Updated it, I guess.
They took it down?
Well, I don't know if they took it down. They just patched it or something. You could cheese it and then you couldn't.
Was it Super Bomberman R Online?
Nope. That one not. Nope. We were looking for Hyperscape. There was something going on with that last year. I missed the train, but like everyone else had all these points from it. Apparently you could load it up and somehow you could fudge it where you would get all the wins, and it'd take like 2 matches, and it was like under an hour completion, and then they patched it in a hurry.
That game crashed hard. It only had players for a couple of weeks, maybe a month or 2, and then nobody was playing it, at least on Xbox anymore. So it was very easy to get into the same lobbies, I heard.
All right. Yeah, I missed it, and I was like, dang it. And because I waited, and I thought it was going to decay real bad, and I just ended up missing it. So
yeah, I believe that quite a lot of people started it, but didn't stick with it. 41,000 players.
Yeah, probably the bulk of those completions came after, or when someone discovered that little glitch in it, and then everybody was doing it. It was like the number 1 game of the week, and yeah,
I don't think it was a glitch. I just think that the game died, and it was very easy to get into the same matches.
Okay. I didn't get in on it, so I'm a little salty about that. But all right, so since we stumped you on that one, I'm going to give you a nice, easy one here. Claws in effect for 20 melee kills.
That sounds like Super Animal Royale.
There you go. Okay, so you're back on the winning
Can't
track
remember
here.
if the achievement list was as punny as the rest of the game was, but I'm sure it was.
Yeah. When you told me there was animal puns, you had me at animal puns. I always will sign up for animal puns. So, do you like platitudes? Stuff that people say that means absolutely nothing. So here you go. I picked out a platitude for you for the achievement. Teamwork makes the dream work. For completing round 3 of a blank live event. I didn't want to totally give you the answer there.
That's from Forza Horizon.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if I put in there, from a Forza-thon live event, I figured that might have made it, even more obvious than it already was. Let's see. How about this one? Do you know what DK stands for? For reaching level 10 in the drift run.
Reaching level 10. Yep. And then that's Forza Horizon 4 as well.
There you go. The reason I include that one is I was genuinely curious what DK does stand for. To me, it's Donkey Kong. Is that what it is in the game?
It's probably drift something, but I don't really care for cars normally. I do enjoy the Forza Horizon games, but I'm sure my son would know. I do not.
Yeah, DK. That's the achievement. Do you know what DK stands for? So
I remember the achievement, but I cannot remember. I do not know what it stands for.
Okay, well, there you go. Listeners, if you know what DK stands for, please let us know. We're pretty sure that we don't know. DraftKings, that's like a betting app that exists. That's the other thing it might... Yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything in my world that it could be. All right, I'm going to try my hand at Swedish for you, okay? Storfuglar fanga ingi flugar. That is for completing Nordless War Story.
That's from Battlefield 5. And
yes, it is.
I would not... That's another one that I would argue does not belong in the Battle Royale category. Except you can actually earn achievements playing the Battle Royale mode, but it is extremely inefficient compared to playing a normal multiplayer match. So not a total disqualification there.
All right. Well, there you go. I can see that you're kind of a Battle Royale purist here. I had no idea that you were, silently judging all these games.
No, I'm very open about it. I'm judging all Battle Royale games which do not have achievements.
There you go. I get it. So here's one that might, I don't know if this one will get you. I threw it in there because I thought it could be a couple of games. It's called Don't Pan Me, Bro, for killing another player with a frying pan.
The thing is, the frying pan is kind of a staple. So it's either from PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. No, I think it's going to be from PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
There you go, man. You nailed it. I thought I might trip you up, but I know you probably know the cursed achievement list from
I was considering if it was on that list, but that game has a very short list, and it is rather difficult to do most of them legit. They're very easy to boost, though.
Oh yeah, I can attest to that. I have several fond memories of you holding my hand and carrying me through that one, in which I was completely useless. I was just like a backpack to you or something. I mean, it was bad. So, let's see, one more that maybe trip you up. I don't know. How about Buku bombs for tossing some bombs? 5,000 to be exact.
That's from Trove. Trove has it's a rather unique take on Battle Royale, where Trove itself is a voxel-based MMO, so it's a lot about destroying the environment. It's sort of if you mashed up, World of Warcraft and Minecraft.
I've never played it, probably never will.
No,
but I thought maybe I'd trip you up with that
one.
That
mode has you throw bombs to kill other players, and the environment gets more and more messed up, and most players die by falling off of it, since there's nothing left to stand on.
Well, yeah, I include that one because it just reminded me of a movie, Full Metal Jacket, with the Alabama Black Snake scene. So with the Buku bombs, but I must say that you definitely know your battle royales. And what's even more impressive is when you list a game, I mean, you can just like ramble on and on just all the in and outs of the game and all this and that. So, no, granted, there's only like 20 games in the genre,
yeah,
so I guess it's still a little easy,
maybe.
So yeah, so there you go.
I want to curse the most recent one that was released, a PC-only game that, for me, came out of nowhere. It's called Eternal Return. It's a MOBA battle royale, and I'm not entirely sure I know what MOBA stands for, but you basically have to run around, kill creatures around an island, skin them, and make crap to kill other players. And that game launched into the Windows Store with a $70 Game Pass perk. Yay, everyone's happy. Unfortunately, like 1 week after release, maybe 2 weeks, it failed certification and the online went down.
That's not good. Is it still broke then?
If you had asked me yesterday, I would say yes and no, because they got it up and running 1 week later, and then it was online for a week. And guess what? It failed certification again. And being crossplay with Steam, they could not allow more matches. A fun thing now is that there's a second $70 Game Pass perk that you can pick up. The pricing in this game is insane. It's a free-to-play game. You don't have to buy anything. You earn in-game money, which you can use to upgrade. Well, not upgrade, to purchase characters, and there are tons of them. I've played more than 100 matches, and I think I've used 3 characters, and I still don't really know what I'm doing. The only match I won out of those 100, I ran away and accidentally, well, not accidentally, I wanted to get a win. It was for winning a match with 0 kills, which I thought would be next to impossible, but it turns out if your opponent is a dum-dum, you can get it to work.
There you go. Well, that again, there's an achievement in that one called a convenient place to die, I suppose, for dying in a cemetery. So I suppose this is a convenient place to just go ahead and stop a wonderful interview with you, I guess. So I don't want to go too long on the battle royale. I think we've exhausted the wonderful genre.
I have a lot to say about battle royales.
I know, I can tell, but I don't want to keep you too long here. So, anyhow, any parting thoughts on the battle royale genre? For anybody looking to get into it, anybody that wants to come try to knock you off your perch. Yeah, I don't know why you would provide them any,
well,
advice.
If you aren't in there already near the top, it's going to be very, very difficult. You're going to need massive boosting groups just to get some of these games going. And most of them have dwindling player bases, and it's going to be very difficult to start a match. I'm having huge issues with getting 501 kills in Trove, mostly because it requires 12 people and there's maybe 20 matches each week. And I'm usually not awake at the hours that people are playing the game.
That's not good. Yeah, I could see where these games like quickly fall into obscurity and just get discontinued. I could see where that would happen because
I'm very pleasantly surprised by how many of them are still up and running. I would think more had closed down by now, but as far as I remember, it's only the Culling and the Culling 2 which are completely dead.
Yeah, and they just recently nerfed Spellbreak, is my understanding, where you can get that one done pretty quicker now with the requirements for whatever the talents or whatever it was called. I don't know. I think I read that. So it's on my list of things to do for this wonderful contest we're both in.
I had played that game for around 100 hours. I don't know. But the thing about that game is that you get a lot of achievements really quick. And then there are at least 2 achievements which took a considerable amount of time, hundreds of hours to unlock. They were going to revamp the experience system, so they nerfed the current system to be rather easy to complete. It's still going to take you around 30 hours to complete, but compared to 600 hours, that's nothing. The question is if that achievement is going to be discontinued or changed in the future if they decide to go through with their plan and change the progression system.
Oh, I better get on that then.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't enjoy it.
Oh, I won't. You did carry me through that one to some degree. I think you might remember me. I was the guy that could not get a single kill, and so I have like all these wonderful achievements in the game, and I'm still missing the easiest achievement in the game for killing one bot, and I still, for whatever reason, I could not throw that crap at them, and no, not my kind of game. So
yeah. I remember that now. I helped several people, but I think you're the only one who didn't get a kill.
I'm the worst. That's awesome.
What's your TA in that game? Yeah, considering you got 0 kills.
Yeah, and that I was like actually hindering what you were trying to do. Let's see. Not too much. 400 TA, yeah, so that's not much. TAD, I guess.
Yeah, but it was like what was it, 10 minutes or so?
Yeah, it wasn't much time at all. So I'm still missing that very exclusive. Wow, I can't even say the word maniacal. There you go, maniacal alchemist achievement for exiling a player with an elemental combination. So basically, for killing somebody, it has a 1.08 ratio. So I can easily get the one with a 4 or 5 ratio, but not a 1.08 ratio. So anyhow, well, Waka, thank you so much for joining me today, and thank you so much for your time, and congratulations, seriously, congratulations on the 1 million and for being the #1 Battle Royale master in the world. So congrats.
Yeah, thank you. It was fun being here talking Battle Royales. I really like the genre. I'm quite surprised by it myself, and well, I'm happy with my #1 spot, and now I just have to defend it.
All right, take care, guys.
Have a nice day, everyone.